Good morning, guys. How is everybody today? It's morning. Yay! I hope everybody's having a good morning. Oh. Okay. I think I'm gonna do just one tune. We'll see how we feel. Okay. So, let's see here. Tarantula. Woo! At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention in order to find true happiness. You must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, follows intuition. When out of balance, hesitates over intellectualizes. To bring into balance, daily journaling. Even the tarantula likes journaling, people. It's like the one thing I get the most resistance on. Journal, journal, journal. Okay. Well, this is a new card. I haven't seen this one before. Well, I guess I saw it when I went through the original cards, but... The Cicada Christ. Again, we have... Okay, anyway. Okay. Prosaic ambitions will not satisfy you. Your heart is capable of grander visions, worthy of your soul. Such magnificent manifestation requires complete transformation as spiritual fuel for actualization. The worthy soul vision awakens such yearning in your heart that you will be willing to overcome all obstacles, fears, and doubts in order to live it. Your courage attracts divine assistance to protect the path and reveal the way. Your path is assured and you do not have to be afraid. Timing of all things is divine. Even delays are on your side. Good morning, Elizabeth. An advanced point on the path, the soul will confront its own breaking point in its capacity to trust. It will evoke situations and circumstances to bring light to the places where it attempts to wrest control from the divine will. It will seek to make conscious the ways and reasons that it rebels against its own destiny and fulfillment. It will seek out the hidden terrors and secret yearnings and bring both into awareness. The need for searing inner inquiry stirs when a great spiritual leap is imminent and the soul must be made ready. Sometimes the most soul-affirming divine grace is concealed within challenge. Only a profoundly open heart will have sufficient courage to receive hidden grace and labor through its demanding initiation in order to obtain its heavily guarded treasure, and so the soul sets to work on itself to purify and prepare and become strong in faith. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Wow, that's pretty deep. I wasn't awake enough for that, I don't think. So tarantula is prioritizing your life's deeper purpose, not get sidetracked. Tarantula energy hovers patient and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you will choose wisely. So the tarantula is about choice, right? and the choice to transform. The willingness and choice to transform. That's what the Tarantula is. And the Cicada Christ card, the soul will confront its own breaking point in its capacity to trust. It will evoke situations and circumstances to bring light to the places where it attempts to wrest control away from divine will. Make conscious the ways and reasons that it rebels against its own destiny and fulfillment. You know, I think this card is really good because one of the things that I find when I do downloads all the time is there's always like a message in a download for people, always. You know, first it's a format, right? But then there's always a message. And one of the things I find that many people, not everybody, but many people, especially years ago, when I was doing readings years ago and giving people pieces of their blueprint, is that there's this place of recognition and acknowledgement in the blueprint. Kind of a waking up moment, I guess is what I would call it. And there's a thing in our human earth suit, meat suit experience that many people struggle with understanding that they're living in this organism that Mother Earth gave us, right? Okay, so that's step one. And many times when people are on this awakening journey, they first have to get to the point where they understand and recognize that it is a sacred vessel. It is extraordinarily important to take care of it. It is important to honor it. It's important to honor it because Mother Earth gave it to us, and that we honor her through that connection, right? Okay, so that's kind of the step one. And then step two is, I am a divine being. I am a multifaceted, multi-dimensional, quantumly connected entity, whether I'm from here or from somewhere else in the universe. And I live my experience, my plug into the matrix, right? I live that through this human body, okay? So I still have to eat and drink and do all the things that the human body needs, the organism needs, but the entity itself is so much more vast. And transformation and awakening goes the next step. And the next step is to recognize, I like how in Tarantula they talk about Dharma. So there's the purpose, and then there's the stuff that you've latched onto that doesn't belong to you, that doesn't belong to your purpose. And we get cluttered with that. And part of the waking up and transformational process to blend, really to blend that 3D earth suit meet suit experience through seeing, touching, tasting, feeling, smelling, being aware, and the higher multidimensional self, the blending of those two requires a capacity to look at what many people call the shadow, looking at the things that don't serve you, looking at the connections that don't honor you, looking at the things that you have picked up along the way that you don't need to carry. And that can be really, really hard. Those shadows can be very deep, and they can be extraordinarily filled with trauma and gunk and ick and yucky stuff. And every once in a while I meet somebody who knows that it's there, but either one has a lot of ego attached to, well, I got rid of it, it's not there anymore, or refusal to deal with it at all because it can't possibly be true, right? It can't be that hard because they've watched every podcast, every YouTube, they've read how many spiritual books, and they have decided that they're enlightened. So they're going to be enlightened. They've done mushrooms, they've done ayahuasca, and they've done bagola or baboba or whatever the hell the damn thing's called. They've done LSD, they've done breathwork workshops, and they followed this guru and that guru, so they are enlightened. And they don't ever acknowledge their journey. They don't acknowledge that every day of choice is the journey of connection. One of the things that I learned a long time ago, and I can't remember if my papa said this, but my dad, or my great grandma. I don't remember who said it. Grandma, papa, I don't know. One of the two of them said it. And it was the comment that when you are in the place where you have let go of your connection to your fear, you become aware that the world is terrified. And it's okay to feel small in that really big world, and it's okay to be loving and graceful. And it was something to that effect. I don't remember exactly how it was said, but it was something to that effect. It's been a really long time, and it was just kind of the gist that I got of it, because if I remember right, I think it was Papa who said it, because he was kind of explaining to me, my dad read a lot of science fiction, philosophy, and yes, it is okay. It is okay. And my dad was always very willing to discuss very broad topics and with a very important specificity to help me connect ideas. My dad he's still alive, an amazing individual who, for years I used to say he was the walking, talking encyclopedia, and I've had friends in the last couple of years tell me that I resemble that statement. The apple does not fall far from the tree. I did. I had a very powerful influence in learning when I was a child, and I am a lifelong learner. I am seeking knowledge constantly. I want to expand and grow, and when somebody brings a new idea into my realm, I want to analyze it, catalog it, feel through it, talk about it, chew on it, apply it, fail at it. I want to do all the things with that new piece of information because I want it to become part of my paradigm, especially if it's important, especially if it's good, validating information that supports this world of transformation. Back to the cards. Transformation is an ongoing, constant process. Are you getting down or are you staying up? Is an ongoing, lifelong process. So as much as the word lifelong learning is important, lifelong transformation is also part of it. And too many people get to a place where they feel like I've transformed. I have transformed. I have made the choice to follow my path. And then they think it stops. It doesn't ever stop. I don't know how to gently break that to the universe, to the human meat suit people that are walking around out there. So I'm saying it gently here. It never stops. And if you're tired and you want to put down your burden, you can. It's called a choice. I have days when I'm tired. I have had days when I've been tired and exhausted, and the job that I chose was too big. I will say that it's not as bad recently. I should say that the burden is not heavy now that I am doing more of what I actually came here to do. And that shift has been quite profound for me. And it's not like I couldn't do my job before. It's that the resistance in the world at large was so heavy that it was like doing my job up against a brick wall. And I had to work through the karma / trauma / obstacles that, one, I had put in my own way to learn from. So I had to acknowledge that. I had to work through trusting the process, trusting the universe. And then when the dark time arrived, I had to really take the leap. And I took a leap and then I backtracked because I too live in a human meat suit. So I'm not exempt from that. Okay, I'm going to do a leap of faith. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Where's the safety line? I want to go back. I did that. I totally did that. Transform, transform, transform. Keep transforming. Yes, Elizabeth. That really is the theme of everyone's opportunity in life, right? So I say all the time that there is always a choice. You can choose to. You can choose to transform. You can choose to grow. You can choose to participate in this wider evolution of the world, evolution of consciousness, evolution of Mother Earth herself in this cataclysmic time. You can choose that. Or you can choose not to. And it's okay. You're not doing something wrong. Though, I will caveat that with, if you wrote your blueprint to be involved in this transformative process, the universe will give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I spoke to somebody the other day and she was very upset because she felt like all these people were doing all this transformative work. They were doing all these things that she had dreamed of doing decades ago with her life, and they're doing the thing that she wanted to do. And it was a moment where I wanted to say something, and then I said no in my head. I was like, okay, no, that's my ego. So I let it go. But it bubbled up again this morning when I got up. And I remember having those thoughts sometimes. They were a couple years ago where I was like, I don't understand why other people can be doing the work. You know, they can be doing astrology or energy healing, or they can be doing massage, or my friend who's a naturopath. Why do they get to do the things that I wanted to do, right? Why do they get to do it? Why do they get to be successful and I'm still working for somebody else for less than a livable wage, working 40 to 60 hours a week and just slogging through it? Why do they get to live their dream and their purpose and I don't? I really did. I got stuck in that place. And as I was wallowing in my self-made misery and pity party, I guess is the word I'm looking for. As I wallowed in that, my guides were saying all the time, the whole time they were saying it, well, it's not the right time. It's not because what you're doing is wrong. It's not because you don't have the right marketing formula. It's not because you don't have the right website. It's not because you don't know the right person. It's because it's not the right time. And I have had an ongoing argument with time since I was a child. So time and I don't always get along, just FYI. Time and I have this agreement to disagree about things. But when the time clicked, I knew it was the time. And then I had to face the fear. I had to face the fear, and I had to take a leap of faith, panic, back up, realize, okay, I leaped, and I wasn't quite ready. I had been preparing my whole life to be ready, and I still wasn't ready. And some of it wasn't that I wasn't ready. Some of it was the people I was immediately around weren't ready. They panicked. It's a big deal to just leap off the edge of the cliff and trust that it'll be fine. So I had to backtrack, put myself back together again, fall apart again, and then trust, truly trust in that transformative way my own blueprint, trust my guides, and trust the connections that I have built my whole life. And trust the foundations of the learning that I have through decades of amazing people who have validated the work. And I have never looked back, and I've never compared since then. Why are they able to do their thing? Why can't I do my thing? I have to do my thing a totally different way. And I have to trust that that total different way is the right way. I can't do it the way everybody else does it. And I need to stop trying to. So these two cards are very important in the transformation process. Yes, Elizabeth, yes. These two cards are really important for anybody who wants to have the discussion about, I want to follow my dreams, I'm here to do a thing, I want to do it. Great. Can you look at Tarantula? And can you look at the Cicada Christ card? And can you look at their meanings? And can you say, I'm ready to trust the transformational process. I'm ready to trust my blueprint. I'm ready to trust. Have I worked through the ego? Have I worked through the trauma? Have I worked through the shadow? And can I look at the shadow with peace now? Can I look at the shadow and go, you are a part of me. You have made me this amazing person that can live in this 3D world because I am that multidimensional, quantumly connected entity, and I've chosen to be in this 3D dimension to flow into the fourth and the fifth with everyone else who is also growing in that direction. If you are ready for that, if you're really ready for it, it will come. But you have to work through those other things. And people like me, there's a lot of people like me. I'm not alone. I know that what I say and what I talk about, I know I'm not the only one. I just do it a little differently. And I have to. Because everybody needs a little different way of hearing it. And hearing it, feeling it, transforming into it. It's just the way it is. Okay, my lovelies. That really fired me up. I'm awake now. Woohoo! It's amazing how daily devotions I can go from like half asleep at the very beginning to I'm awake. Woohoo! And it's not the tea, it's the energy. It's the energy of tapping into that collective quantum dimensional consciousness that when I do it right and I cascade all those energies of all of the activation centers, all 9 of them in my body, I wake up. And it's amazing. I've also been awake for an hour, so that helps. I'm not awake, and then I do my energy work, I do my tuning forks, I do my cascading of the energy, and then my body wakes up. I'm not a morning person by nature, in the sense that my meat suit takes a while to warm up, but once I do the things I need to do, it wakes up. Right, Astra? Right? Are you going to say hello to everybody? You said hello to everybody again earlier. Do you want to say goodbye? She says no. Well, have a beautiful day, my lovelies, and I will see you in prayer. Blessed be, and see you tomorrow in prayer.